Writing blog posts for food bloggers is so much more than typing away about their life story or copying and pasting their recipe into a blog post. For over 5 years, I've been a full-time food blog ghostwriter, and I have been lucky enough to work with some of the top food bloggers out there. All of this experience has helped me develop an efficient, collaborative, and ever-evolving workflow. So today, I'm pulling back the curtain so that you can get a sneak peek of my workflow to learn exactly how I make money working and writing with food bloggers. If you're a new content writer, a virtual assistant, or just someone who thinks, I could totally write for food bloggers, you're going to want to stick around. You're about to learn about my repeatable system that you can start using today. So let's dive into my 10-step process that I use to work with and write for food bloggers every single day. Step number 1 is the initial consultation with the new client. This happens when someone is first interested in hiring me for my blog writing services. What they'll do is they'll fill out my inquiry form on my website. We'll chat about what they need and their goals and their strategies. I'll write a paid blog post for them. If they're happy with that blog post, then we'll begin working together. Step 2 is when I collect everything that I need. Most of my clients will send me their recipes at the beginning of the month, and in these recipe documents will include the recipe itself, as well as keywords they want to rank for, any helpful recipe notes, and anything else that will help me write the blog post. Step number 3 is to create a blog post outline. So the bones of the blog post, or the outline or the format, usually comes from the client's already published blog posts. If you watch my video on how to write a food blog post for beginners, then you know already what a food blog post entails. Depending on the blogger, the outline can look a bit different. For the client that I'm working with, I'll take that outline and I'll plug it into a blank Google Doc. Step number 4 is keyword research. Obviously, bloggers want their blog posts to rank higher on Google and perform well. This is why keyword research is such a vital step in this whole process. My keyword research process involves plugging the primary keyword or the recipe title into KeySearch, which is my preferred keyword research tool. And through there, I find short and long form keywords to integrate naturally into the bulk of the blog post. This research also gives me ideas of other topics to cover in the blog post, questions to answer, and any other information that I should include to help it rank higher and to compete with other ranking blog posts. Step number 5 is extra research. After the keyword research process is complete, usually that leads me into performing extra Google searches or diving deep into ingredients, the origins of the recipe, or anything else that will help me kind of bulk up the blog post and make it as informative and helpful to the reader as possible. With all of this extra research, I find that it's important to include third-party sources to back up the points that I'm making. This can include links to like health-based studies, experts who talk on the topic, things like that. Step number 6, it's finally time to write the blog post draft. This is where the real magic starts to happen. When I'm doing the bulk of the writing for a food blogger, I'm using their already published post as a template to get an idea of their writing voice and their style. This way, as I'm writing the post, I can actually sound like the blogger and not like some random freelance writer that they've hired. Here's a quick tip that I wish I knew when I first started out as a food blog ghostwriter. Don't overcomplicate the process. You don't have to reinvent the wheel every single time you write a new blog post for a client or mix up your step-by-step strategy. When you find a strategy like this one that kind of works for you and works with your process and for your clients, stick with it. If you find that you are kind of reinventing the wheel every single time, write down your steps and turn them into a checklist so that you can follow it with every new client blog post. Okay, getting back to the step-by-step. Step number 7 is to optimize the blog post. Optimizing the blog post for SEO and EEAT looks a little bit different now that we're in an age of writing blog posts for humans rather than for SEO, but this still means that I'm incorporating some of the keywords that I collected from KeySearch in the beginning and naturally integrating them into the post so that they sound natural and not like I'm keyword stuffing. Optimizing for SEO also looks like adding alt text for the images and adding internal links to the blogger's blog posts to make them look like an expert and to give them topical authority on their recipe. Keep in mind that SEO is going to support the reader experience and not ruin it. That's why you should always avoid keyword stuffing and writing copy that feels unnatural or robotic. Step number 8 is editing and proofreading. We're finally done writing the bulk of the blog post, so now we can read it over out loud and find any mistakes, work on the flow of the copy, and add in any last minute keywords that we feel fit naturally. I'm also looking for opportunities to integrate the blogger's personality into their blog post to make it sound more like them and to make it more approachable for the reader. Step number 9 is review and revisions. Once the draft blog post is ready, I will email it back to the client where they can review it and request any revisions as needed. For me, I like to offer one round of revisions with my blog post, but other writers will include more or they won't include any at all. Now, finally, at step number 10, we're going over the final text and finishing up with the blog post formatting. This is the point in the process where if the client requests it, I will format the blog post on the back end of their WordPress website, where I'll also add meta descriptions, social media text, any incomplete alt text for the images, and anything else that's needed. If that's something that they don't need, then I'm simply making any revisions that they requested and then sending the completed blog post back to the client through email. If you're ready to start writing blog posts professionally, or looking to jumpstart your content writing career and are feeling excited about working with food bloggers, I'd encourage you to download my free checklist, How to Write a Food Blog Post. This customizable checklist walks you through every step of the writing process and goes over everything that you should include in all of your food blog posts. If you're ready to start offering food blog writing as a paid service, you're in the right place. Just hit that subscribe button for more videos on how to build your content writing service and how to make money working with bloggers. And that is my 10-step process for working and writing with food bloggers. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, are you already writing for food bloggers? Or is this something that you're thinking about doing as a full-time business, a side gig? Or are you already a blogger who wants to supplement their income by working with other bloggers? All right, I'll see you in the next video. Happy writing.